Hi, this is Irene, and it has been almost 1 month since I decided to record this video for you. Actually, I'm doing it for myself because I made the decision to do a challenge and to prepare 41 videos which are related to my life experience. Why 41? Because 41 is my age. I guess I have lived half of my life, maybe a bit less than half. We'll see. And I've gained certain experiences which I wouldn't like to keep only for myself. It will be nice to share with others, and at the same time this will help me to activate my voice and to express myself. So I am recording this video now from Nairobi. It is the 29th of July 2022, and it's really cold outside. Actually, now the sun came out. It might be maybe 16 degrees. It is winter because I am in the southern hemisphere. I come from Italy, and in particular I come from Sicily. I grew up in Roccalumera, and I lived just by the sea for how many years? Maybe 26 years, yes. 26, because at the age of 26 I started moving and living abroad. I come from a very simple and lovely family, middle class. Nothing was missing in my life. I had nice clothes, I had good food, and all the love I could get from my family. So I have been very, very lucky to have this kind of childhood. However, I have been always willing to explore the world, know more about what is out there, and for this reason I felt a really huge call to go abroad. My first trip actually was during my studies. I was studying at the University of Catania, still in Sicily. I was studying industrial chemistry, and just before graduation I had an experience of 5-6 months in Germany, in Kaiserslautern, where my job was to do what they call in Germany the Diploma-Arbeit, which is basically the last work that you're gonna discuss during your graduation. My favorite topic was biochemistry, and although for 4 years and a half I studied mostly chemistry, but still it's science. I liked it because I'm a very curious person, and I really wanted to find out more what's happening, how things work. So being in Germany was very, very nice. Actually, I remember the first time I went there, I was so excited, but when I entered in that room and I didn't have much, and I could hear my friends having fun back in Catania, and I was there. I actually cried. But the time when I went back home, I remember myself traveling in the train. I really felt grown up. And that's my life principle: keeping growing, keeping expanding. I worked as a chemist in Ragusa. I was doing chemical analysis of cheese and milk. At that time, I didn't like cheese. I think I started liking cheese just recently. But I went from a bigger city called Catania to a smaller city called Ragusa, which if you will ever go to Sicily, you must visit because it's really cute and the food is amazing and there is a lot of history, a lot of monuments. However, for a 25 years old girl who wanted to explore the world, that wasn't the highest ambition. I really wanted to keep on studying and exploring the world, going out, traveling, and that's the reason that I moved to Ireland in Dublin because I got a studentship, I think that's how it's called, to do a PhD in food science and technology in UCD. I'm telling you, the experience was amazing. The topic of my PhD was the least fascinating I could ever do. Like, I didn't care. Sorry, Professor. Sorry, Jim, and all the people that know me. I just didn't like it that much, but I had to do it, and that was the cost to to be abroad and to expand the knowledge of different cultures around the world. Um, I met so many people. I met my best friend, and I traveled in different parts of Ireland and in Europe. So really, the PhD was really an experience for knowing more people and knowing better myself. I I was working doing a chemical analysis of fruit juices which had been preserved with non-thermal technologies. So instead of using the heat, we're using like a pulsed electric field, ultraviolet light, ultrasound. I remember I was asking all my friends to come and do the sensory analysis and test whether there was a difference between the test of the normal juice and the one treated with these technologies. And one of my friend Alejandro told me, Irene, it's just because we love you so much that we are still friends, because those juices were terrible. So it was a good experience. Although that topic wasn't really my passion, I managed to graduate in 2012, and just before that, I moved to the UK, where I got a job in the food industry. I got to be in a place where we were preparing and developing coatings for mainly chicken or other foods as well, but it was mainly chicken. And as well, I found myself in a job that wasn't really the highest ambition of my life. I developed a huge sense of being healthy, because during the time I was writing my thesis, I had an opportunity to become a teacher in food science in private courses, and I started wondering, why are we eating this? And everything, like everything that we are outside depends on what is inside, and it depends on what we eat. So I had that in how to say inside saying, but we are what we eat. And we always hear this sentence, but the moment that you get it, then you get it inside. And that's the time when I started becoming very health conscious. Hence, you can realize the discrepancy between being health conscious and doing fast food and putting your time and effort in doing fast food. Oh my God, there was no alignment at all. Even when I kept on working the food industry, developing drinks that are normally put in those machines, that like, you know, the hot chocolate, the cappuccino, the latte. My contract in that latest company wasn't renewed, and that eventually gave me the opportunity to think about, what do I really want to do? What is my life purpose? And we always ask these questions, and I don't know if we can get any answer. Probably, I was listening recently, the real purpose is to live the present and enjoy the present. As you're happy, then you'll create new realities that move towards that direction. But that is a philosophical topic. So what happened is that I started realizing I really liked dealing with people, working with people, selling. I used to see these selling people who were coming and were selling the flavors of the food. And as I was locked in a lab doing mixing up ingredients and frying, oh, they were moving around, they were getting appointments. Obviously, they were trying to sell their products, but I couldn't see that stress. I just could see the fact that they weren't locked in a place, in an office, to do their work. And the boss, the first person who hired me, and I'm very grateful, Rory Bowman, he told me, I think you'll be really good at selling. And he put that idea in my mind that really got stuck, and it got so stuck that eventually I decided I do want to learn how to sell, and I want to sell something I'm aligned with. I wanted to do something which was related to health, and that's how I found, still in England, a direct sales company that was selling a product that was really, really helping people living a healthier lifestyle, and at the same time they could provide the sales training that I never had. And that's the reason why, although I was applying for sales job, nobody was ever giving me a job. My experience in sales was none. I might have had the right personality, but sales doesn't require only the right personality. You need to have also the stamina, and you have to accept the rejections that come together with the sales. And obviously, people who wanted to hire new people in the companies, they wanted to have somebody who had that experience. So I'm grateful to Danny, who made me join his company, and I trained on sales so much, selling amazing healthy cookwares that were cooking with no oil, no water, very low heat, so we could maximize the nutrients in the cooking process, and the food was really a source of medicine. There was no more eating fried food. Of course, you can fry anyway, but the principle of the product for me was really good and was resonating with my inner principles. When I started, the enthusiasm was very, very high, but it soon happened that I couldn't sell. I couldn't sell because I couldn't really see the value of the product 100%. The cost in normal terms for what is considered to be a normal cost for cookware was like really, really high, and I was afraid to ask for the money. I was trained and trained. I went out there knocking into people's doors, getting rejections, going to my friends who were telling me thank you very much, but no. And I ended up being broke. And I didn't know what to do, but my mindset was such, I have to succeed in this. I have to succeed in me. I was so stubborn. I guess it was my ego then that was really pushing me to move forward. Then he moved to Africa. He went to Uganda because he's from there, and he started his business there, and I decided to follow. I had nothing to lose really. So I went to Africa. I'm not gonna go through all the details of what happened there, but eventually I learned in that environment. I learned how to sell. After maybe 1 year or so, I became the top seller of Africa. I became a top distributor for the whole region, I think, or even from all the global salad master world. Yes, actually, I can see this here. This is true. I'm not lying to you. So it was I really did well. And the reason why I did well is because I was working very much. Very much. There was no time I was not calling customers, not going to visit customers, not doing demonstrations, because this was the way how the products were sold. And it was not easy, but I was enjoying at the end. I was enjoying meeting people, knowing about new culture, although my culture was very very different than the one I met. And the business was good, meaning that the company, I grew within the company to become eventually an entrepreneur and open my own office. So from a salesperson, I became a business person, and um, and I was really, I'm not sure if I was so excited because I really didn't have any entrepreneurial experience. I was asked, go and open your office and run it. Just go and keep on selling. And I was unknowingly dumped in a jungle. That is the perception of my experience, and moved to Kenya and opened my own company called Bontavita, which is an authorized dealership of the product I was selling. Now, that happened in 2018, and it has been over 4 years since I am an entrepreneur. And I can tell you, I have learned a lot through the experience. So being an entrepreneur means having your own office, having your own staff, making sure that everything works in the right way. And for somebody who has been a perfectionist, really, I'm not sure why my hair is still a bit black and is not totally white. But the reason why I'm here is because of this experience that I had, that I mean, normally people wouldn't have. How can you tell someone, you go and sell saucepans and you tell, hey, um, I mean, mostly how I could have told my parents or my friends or even myself, hey, now I'm changing career from scientist, I'm going to sell saucepans. And the reason why I did it, and I really didn't care about nobody's opinion, is because it really gave me the opportunity to grow and to learn and to be exposed so much that today I'm the person that I show up to be because also of that experience. And I am recently going through a time of reflection, a time where I kind of stopped and thought about what has happened throughout my life, what else can I do so that I can feel happy and fulfilled. And in the last month I've been attending different trainings, different courses, and all of them are aligned to the message to share your true voice, to share who you are. And I've always loved training and teaching, so I thought to create this video as an introductory video of the challenge I want to do. The videos that I'm gonna share are gonna cover different topics. I mean, when I had this idea, I was so excited, and I started writing on my phone the different topics I could talk about, different stories I lived. Some of them could be very funny, and some of them maybe a bit more insightful, deeper. I would like to go through certain reflections I went throughout my life or experiences. And a lot of people ask me, Irene, how is Africa? So perhaps some topics will be about my experience in Africa. Well, East Africa. Africa is a huge continent. So when people say how is Africa, it's really a very generic question. So I would love to share in these videos what I have seen through my eyes, and what perhaps those stories can inspire you. Because I've also been traveling and living in different countries, perhaps I will share something about these traveling experiences, and perhaps that side of scientific woman, I mean, let's say scientist, can come up, and I might teach you some science that I came across through my studies, and that can be interesting in everyday's life. The whole purpose of these videos is to show authenticity. I believe that being authentic is something which is not easy. First of all, because the society has conditioned our mind in such a way that you have to be in a certain way. When you wake up and you realize that is not the way we are supposed to be, then you start accepting the parts of you that do not agree with what society is telling you to do. And this also means being more in peace with yourself and accepting yourself, accepting all the emotions you go through, because sometimes those emotions are given because of expectations that are not the real life expectations, but they are expectations that come from other people or from the demands of whoever is that decides how we are gonna be and how we are gonna live. So authenticity is super important, but I have to be honest. This is the desk where I'm sitting. This is here it is. This is a nice picture I got in Nairobi. I love it so much, and this is an art piece that I got in the market here in Nairobi. But to be honest, is not sitting there. It's normally on the floor, but now I put some buckets up here so that it can come very nicely in the picture. And even this plant is normally on the window, but again, in order to create a nice picture for this video, I put them there. I love photography as well, so if it happens, I will put some pictures at the end of the videos. I will truly follow my intuition and my creativity. I love being creative, and this challenge is gonna help me also understanding more about how to create videos, how to improve those skills, which nowadays are very important, especially if you want to do marketing. I would love to also share the links of maybe some sites. I'm planning to do a page for myself. I haven't done it yet. I have no idea yet how to do it, but I promise I'm gonna do it if this feels right. So we are just at the very beginning. I'm looking forward to seeing the evolution of these videos. And for those who resonate with my message and those who are curious about what I have to say, well, you can subscribe so you can get the notification button when you get when there are new videos that I'm gonna create, and you can like this one if you want to encourage me. We normally talk about serving others. There is a lot of philosophy about you are serving others. You are here to serve others, but what I would like to point out is, like, you can serve others only after you have served yourself. If you are happy, if you are serving yourself in the meaning you are doing what you feel it's right for you and makes you happy, there is a ripple effect in serving others in that way. My purpose of these videos is, number one, to share my voice, to to tell my stories, so they don't remain in my journal only or to my friends, but perhaps as I share my stories, some other people can be inspired and can do something about their lives, which can it can be an inside of self transformation. And another thing is, I'm doing it for myself because I'm really happy to share this and and to keep talking. My brothers always tell me, Rene, go straight to the point. While I, instead of going straight to the point, I like telling all the details around it and all the stories behind. So at least for those who like stories, they can tune in and listen to that. Anything else? Is I have wrote some notes, is that anything that I'm gonna say and mention is my truth. It is the perception of the reality I am living in this lifetime. So if somebody likes that perception, or it can give a different point of view for how to see life, then that's nice. We want to transform each other. I mean, I'm looking at my growth and transformation to a better version of myself, and if I can be on help to anyone else, or if I can make you laugh for 30 seconds, or if I can inspire you in anything, then I'll be happy to do that. So great, my video number 1 has been made, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the other ones. Ciao! Thank you for listening.